This is my boat shed in Arctic Finland. I am building this, a 15-meter liveaboard cruising sailboat from scratch, using 3D modeling, CNC cutting and wood epoxy construction. And my name is Panu. Welcome! As you may see, the insulation is done. I also installed lights on the roof. There is now plenty of good lighting in here and that is just amazing. We'll start this video by going to the boating fair that was held a couple of weeks ago in Helsinki. I decided to visit this year's boat fair here in Helsinki, Finland. These are actually quite big fair, but to be told you the truth, there's not really that much sailboats here. That's mainly because, well, Finland has over 1 million lakes, I think, which most of them are quite small. There's maybe 2,000 significant lakes, and most of the boats on those lakes are actually very small motor boats. But there is some sailboats back there, and we'll go and check those out. And of course, the main goal is to promote my channel here in the fair, so maybe I can have some cooperation with some companies. Faces here. Hello, Jokan.
And hello, world.
This particular canoe has been made from parts that are cut with my CNC, which is quite nice. Looking just awesome. Unfortunately, there seems to be just one proper sailboat in this fair, but yeah, behind me here you can probably see the most popular version of boats sold in Finland, this kind of open fishing boat thing with the outboard. But the second thing we have in here is actually the second hall of things back there. There is all kinds of boat stuff, equipment and that kind of things. So I think we're going to be there and bring some cards for that.
Kiitos Roffe. Sitten näissä on just se aika usein just se laajakulma. Ja sitten nykyisin ne vanhemmat ja huokeammat mallit sieltä on myös kans ihan tosi hyviä.
Mission halfway through. I have plenty of plywood in the trailer and we'll see how this goes. There's 120 kilometers to my place, so I have to go and grab some more air to the trailer wheel. Alright, I started the CNC a while ago. It's now leveling the spoil board again to make it really flat. And then we're gonna start cutting this pile of plywood into pieces for the molds. There is 12 sheets to cut, and these will be the first layer of vertical molds for the boat. That is meant for putting the bulwark sides and the side decks on, so they are pretty important actually. It's pretty late already now. I'm probably today gonna make 1 or 2. There's 12 to go, so it will take some time. But meanwhile, I'm also gonna start cleaning this mess. So this stuff, all this stuff was actually placed on the sides of the shed because I needed to put the insulation there. I needed to move them from there, so these all need to go. And on coming weekend I'm actually starting to put the second side of the boat here on the floors. Okay, now when the tent is insulated, I went and rented this heater. Or actually I didn't rent, they are not allowed to rent these anymore. I just got it for free this weekend to try it. And this is diesel heater, 20 kilowatts, and it should be plenty enough to heat this place up. What I'm testing here is to how the air quality goes, because this one has no separate exhaust pipe outside. All the exhaust will be blown inside the tent. And yeah, it's not recommended to really hang out there where this heater is on. But that is kind of the need I have. I need to raise the temperature here after I applied epoxy and stuff. So this kind of heater would kind of run here for the night. Yeah, it should be okay. But I want to test how it feels, how efficient is this, how much heat it actually produces. Is the 20 kilowatt enough? Only thing I'm a little bit concerned is the wood dust. There is some dust here on the floor. I have fire extinguisher and I have plenty of snow outside. If something catches fire, I can probably easily handle that. So yeah, now I just clean up the front area a little bit and then we'll fire this up. Okay, here we go. I have a door open to get more air in here if needed. Shovel here, if something starts to burn, I can get some snow in there. Yeah, there shouldn't be anything on the front there, so let's see what happens. Okay, not that bad actually. I can see flames. I can definitely smell diesel. It's actually not that hot. There was a bit of a smoke on the start, which was expected. Everything looks fine and it's not that hot in here, so yeah. I think I'm gonna close the door now and leave it on for a while and see how it goes. Alright, the heater is working nicely. I closed the door back there and it's already over 10 degrees in here. It's outside maybe 5 to 7, something like that. There is really no point even try to heat this place up when it's really cold outside. But I think the coldest time of the winter is already now past. There will be definitely some cold nights still for a month or two, so these kind of temperatures are quite realistic. But yeah, what I'm sitting on here is a pile of pine plywood. I actually went this week into Kotka, hour and a half that way. There was this place where I could get this stuff, and this what I'm sitting on is a pile of 15mm plywood, pine plywood. It looks very nice. There is quite thin veneers on it, and yeah, the surface quality is spot on. So looking forward to mill this into pieces. This pile will be the side walls of the bulwark. And that pile that is still on the trailer, that is actually 12mm. It's not as good quality as this one. There's quite a lot of knots and yeah, not really so happy with that, but I think it will work. That pile will be the side decks of the boat. And all of this stuff will be glued with 2 layers, so if there is some defects, I don't think that really matters that much. But yeah, I think there is now all the material I need for the first phase of the build. So now I just continue with the CNC cutting. There is 4 sheets now cut, 8 to go on that pile, and then we will start cutting that pile. And meanwhile the machine is doing its work, I'm gonna organize and clean up this mess little by little so that we can start laying the other half of the boat in here. Good morning, let's go for another road trip. And meanwhile, I think I'll leave the heater on for today. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I don't burn the place down. Now there should be nothing to worry about. There's nothing combustible here, so I probably can leave this on. I eventually have to do it anyway through the night when I do the glue up, so let's try this now. Alright, there is now 3.9 degrees in here. It's a bit higher than outside. I think there's like 2 degrees outside. But we'll see after a few hours, after my road trip, maybe 4 to 5 hours, how the temperature has risen here. Yesterday, there was pretty bad smell after a few hours. So definitely I cannot use this kind of heater while I'm working in here. So yeah, we'll see. The reason being in this road trip is this. I bought this from auction very cheaply, quite hefty rolling doodad to store my plywoods and move them around easily. Let's get this into the trailer now and head back home. Finally here. Everything went kind of well. But now I'm interested to see how warm there is and if the heater is still on. Probably not. Most likely the fuel has been... My door is a little bit stuck. Yeah, no sound. I think the fuel has ended. Kind of a bad smell. Smells like diesel. Not particularly warm anymore here. Let's see. 5.1 degrees inside. So yeah, not very nice. Yeah, I think this was enough for testing this kind of heater. The smell is too bad. I don't think I'm gonna manage with this. But yeah, now I know that, and I can make proper adjustment what kind of heater I will purchase. I will keep the inner door open to change the air a little bit. It smells like quite bad. Alright, things are getting much more organized and tidy. I laid the second half there, the foundation pieces. This is kind of the size of the boat you can see here, and it's quite large. Yeah, there is still too much crap in here. I need to get rid of those. I actually planning to do one shelf to store some wood in more vertical shelves or something like that to get rid of things on the floor. I am gonna need that space over there to shape the frames to their final shape. So I need to lay them on flat surface somehow and start fiddling with them soon. And that trolley I bought yesterday, it is really good. You can see there is the whole pile of the plywood is on there. That works well and saves so much space and easy to move around here. So I'm a little bit keen to get another one of those. And actually there is now the last sheet of plywood to cut on the machine. I'm gonna cut it right now, and I am also at the same time starting to fit the rest of the pieces here on the floor. So that should be pretty straightforward. All the pieces are ready on that shelf back there. I just need to clean up some dust and debris here to make sure that there's nothing underneath, and put some plastics on those as well. Same thing with this side. I did underneath the places where there will be glue, so I don't accidentally glue these things to the foundation pieces. And yeah, that's about it for this week. So let's get going with this and see what happens. And just like that, it is done. It's just amazing to see the size and the shape of the boat now here on the floor. I have been waiting this like a year, I would say. But yeah, everything of course fit perfectly as they should. And the next step of course is to start leveling these foundations. I'm gonna grab the laser to level these. I have all these adjustable bolts here, if you remember from the previous videos. So that is the next task to do before we start attaching anything in here, of course. But this is now end of this video. Tomorrow I am going to have a small surgical operation. It will take a few days for me to recover from that, but I hope later next week I will be able to come here and continue the work. If you've been enjoying this video and if you enjoy this project, please subscribe the channel and give me a like and put comments down below if you want to suggest something or just to say hello. We will see you hopefully soon. Bye bye.